di metabolizzare queste emozioni. Una gara che ho cercato davvero per tanti anni, e in particolar modo quest'ultimo anno e mezzo, ogni singola bracciata in allenamento era riferita a questa gara, pensavo a questa gara e non poteva che andare meglio. La mia prima Olimpiade, il mio primo podio internazionale nei 100 rana, la mia gara, quindi sono al 7° cielo.
Hai cominciato bene, diciamo, no? Era un buon
Chi ben
inizio.
comincia a metà dell'opera, diciamo noi.
Dell'opera. Senti, hai qualche piccolo rimpianto, se così si può dire, nel senso per l'argento, se Peaty è raggiungibile, che idea ti sei fatto dopo questa finale?
Ma adesso è impossibile avere rimpianti, perché ormai tutto è fatto e i rimpianti non fanno mai parte della mia mentalità. Credo che non sia nulla di inarrivabile. Fino a un anno e mezzo fa era inarrivabile la mia medaglia di bronzo alle Olimpiadi e invece ora sono qui con voi a commentarla. Perciò credo proprio di non sbagliare nel dire che nulla è inarrivabile e non ho assolutamente alcun rimpianto per l'argento.
Senti, prima in zona mista hai detto il nuoto è importante ma ho capito che non è tutto nella mia vita. Cos'altro è la tua vita oltre il nuoto?
La mia vita oltre il nuoto è un po' il tutto, ovvero credo proprio di pensare, di parlare a nome di tanti nuotatori. Noi viviamo in una bolla magica e credo che sia anche giusto pensare che la vita non sarà per sempre così bello e così semplice magari, su certi punti di vista, su altri no. Però lo sport insegna che i sacrifici, tutto ciò che ne deriva sono sempre ripagati, perciò la mia vita post nuoto spero che sia un divertimento e una gioia continua.
Ok, grazie per me.
Arno is here, Arno Kaminga. Arno became the first man from the Netherlands to win an Olympic swimming medal since Peter van den Hoogenband.
Hi, do you think anyone will ever beat Adam?
For sure I was going for it. If you go into the race racing for silver, you know you're gonna lose, so I was going for it, and I think I had a really good race. Up until like 75 meters I was close to Adam, and the last 10 meters were really painful, but I'm getting closer and closer.
Hi, congratulations. We've seen you in the video to wave at some screen. Is it just some fans shown there, or are those like your people? Is this family, or who did you wave to? Who did congratulate you there?
No, those are my special ones. So family, friends, my old coach, where it all started. So that was really special to see them after my race and after I got my medal, and to share that with them. Normally they're always with me, and now they're still with me, but over the screen instead of in person. So it's a bit sad they're not here, but it's good to see them and to share this victory with them.
Yeah, hi. Congratulations on your medal. Can I just ask you how much racing against Adam Peaty inspires you? Because he's been driving standards for some time now, and I guess there would be other events you might choose to go in with a better chance of gold on the face of it, but are you inspired to race against him and to improve against him and get better and better?
Of course, I have so much respect for him. He's been pushing the breaststroke for years now, and he really set a new standard. And he inspires me to swim faster and faster, and I'm getting closer now. Hopefully I can beat him one day. I'm for sure going for it, and well, it's just inspiring to see him swim breaststroke, see what breaststroke can be like, and really like, if you really watch his stroke, like he's so perfect, like in the small details, and that's really pushing me in practice as well as competition to strive for perfection.
Hi. Yeah, you mentioned his stroke there. I was just wondering, is that something you think is really one of the things that makes him so special? As an expert yourself, is that what you look at and think, wow, that's what's perfect about what he does?
Well, of course he's something special, like his breaststroke is really good, but it's more, when he races, he's always like on another level, and if you see a stroke, it's just so technically well executed. Like, it's not necessarily my breaststroke, but it's more everything is right. Like, he doesn't make mistakes in his race, and that's something which I saw and try to do myself. Like, try to execute a perfect race. Like, for me, a perfect race is a different race than him, but like the small details, like make sure they're also like really good.
Hi, he's obviously your opponent, but in swimming, is he now seen as like a legend like Phelps? And I know Phelps is a multiple medalist, but is Peaty seen as right up there?
Of course, like going under 58 is something special, I know that for now, but like going under 57 also, it's next level. We all still have a long way to go to even like go to 57 low, and then 56 high is just insane. So I have so much respect for him, but then again, like if I'm next to him on the blocks, I'm gonna race him no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter what your PB is, it's all about that race, and that's how I go into every race with him.
Ti ripenso Tete, scusami. Volevo sapere se sei entrato col terzo tempo e se sentivi una particolare pressione prima della finale, se sei entrato in acqua tranquillo, com'è stata l'attesa, diciamo?
Ma in realtà la pressione c'è sempre, cioè non credo che sia sbagliato dirlo, l'importante è cercare di non far passare la pressione in paura. Il nostro sport si basa su delle pressioni che noi stessi mettiamo contro noi stessi. Perciò credo che ormai sia arrivato a una maturità agonistica da poter permettermi di gestirle queste emozioni, queste pressioni, e così è stato oggi.
Grazie.
We have one online question. Do you know Peter, and was he an inspiration to you? Has he helped you? Or did you watch him race when you were a child?
Of course, I think everyone in the Netherlands have seen Peter race. Yeah, he was so inspiring for me when I was younger. Of course, Peter is a legend in the Netherlands. He's famous. I haven't spoken to him that much, but I saw he was here watching the race, and it's special to be the first medalist, man medalist since Peter. So, yeah.
Hi Arno, congratulations on your medal. You mentioned they're talking about seeing your family on the screen. How difficult is it for them not being here, not sharing this moment with you? And can you just talk a little bit about the atmosphere in the venue as well, obviously not having fans here?
Of course it's difficult. Like in the last year and a half, I've seen my family maybe 5 times. Like you couldn't risk it. So it's been hard, not only on me but also on the family. Normally they're always with me. My first competition, Budapest 2017, I had a group of 20-30 people there with me, and to swim good, it's really nice, but to share it with your family and friends and your loved ones, that makes it even better. and not having any fans. Like normally I thrive on like the crowd and the noise, and it really gives you goosebumps and makes you swim faster. But now it's just more and more focus on your own. I've been practicing in practice a lot, racing without any noise. So I've been swimming 8 o'clock in the morning at my home pool, completely silent, my own lane, no one else there. That was as practice for this. But now walking up, like I was so focused. Like the only thing what was on my mind was my race. So I couldn't even see there was no crowd. But of course, it's a shame. I hope we have some fans again soon, but still, it was a good race, and the pool looks amazing, and it's still something special.
So we have Adam Peaty. Adam won his second gold medal in this event after his victory in Rio in 2016.
I guess I put this in, don't I? Yeah? Hello.
Congratulations, Adam. It's the same as in Rio by winning the gold, the first gold for Britain, and that time you kind of launched a gold rush for Team GB. Are you confident you can hopefully do the same again?
Yeah, I mean, these games, obviously they're about individual performance, but it's all about obviously the greater team effort, and everyone has a part to play, and whether that's being a catalyst for more gold medals or more silver, more bronze, I don't know. No one in this room can tell the future, but hopefully that gives a little bit of inspiration to the rest of the team that, we've been through a tough time. The world has been through a tough time, but in the UK, it's been a very difficult journey with no training camps, no racing abroad, well, very, very little, and obviously throw a newborn in there. It gets kind of hard, kind of complicated, but yeah, I'm glad that, that's kind of all paid off. There's been a lot of investment into the swim.
Congratulations, Adam. I know you've got 2 relays coming up, but in your individual event, how long do you want to keep going for? And Paris, or even longer than Paris, what are your initial thoughts?
I think a sport very simply, and I might have mentioned this to you before, but as soon as I've stopped having fun, I'll stop. I'm still having fun, but I also have a lot of fun with my boy. I have a lot of fun at home and having a normal life too. But such a big decision it's a family decision now. It's not just me being a selfish athlete, because we have to be selfish. But yeah, we'll have that conversation when we're home. Obviously, we're targeting Paris anyway, but anything after that is kind of a bonus, really. And it's how young you keep your mind. And there's obviously the sport is getting faster, the world is getting faster. So you've got to obviously take that into consideration as well. And it depends what other opportunities are out there. If I can inspire more people doing something else, then I'll probably do that. But again, I live in the present, so.
Congratulations, Adam. I just wondered what your emotions are after sort of 5 years building up to a moment like this. What have you been feeling like in the last hour or so?
A very, very, it's a big relief, I guess. Again, I put it simply that if you were looking for a promotion and you've been working your ass off for 5 years to get that promotion, and you've got to prove yourself within 57 seconds, it's almost like that. And under that pressure, a lot of people can fold, but I've shown that time and time again I can perform when it matters and get faster through the rounds, and that's what I do. And at the end of the day, it's not about time. The Olympics is not about time. The last Olympics was, yes, it's about world record, but this Olympics was very different. It was almost like we were under siege going into this second year, because I've already done my whole winter's block and then COVID hit. And the winter block takes a lot out of you, and it's very, very hard because it's very dark. You know how English weather is, very cold. But then going into this next year was very different, and then just throw a baby in there, it kind of upset things a little bit. But looking at him every single day, that was my motivation, that was my commitment, that was my dedication, and that's what counted.
Hi, Adam, you're speaking a lot about how much you've been through in the last year. obviously the whole country has been through a lot in the last year in their own ways, everyone in their own ways. I was wondering if you'd had a chance to sort of reflect on maybe the wider inspiration you might give people and just giving people some joy in their lives and some inspiration after those 12 months, 18 months.
Well, I think that's why we're all here, isn't it? Sport has an amazing power to inspire people, and an amazing kind of motivation for people this morning, hopefully getting up in Britain to go, you know, I've been through a tough time, I've had a tough 18 months. And I said earlier that these last 18 months, every single day, has almost been in the dark. You know, COVID has took a lot of fun out of things. Normally we go into the sun for Australia for 7 weeks, none of that. We go to, you know, Spain for another 4 weeks, none of that. No competing around, you know, racing these guys around the kind of circuit that we do. So we've been at home a long time. And all those days, you know, we spend, you know, if you put it into a percentage, it's 99.5% or 99.9% that we spend in the dark, searching for a bit of light. But the 0.01% was that performance there, and that's why I put that amount of investment into what I do. And yeah, hopefully this is a catalyst again for not only Team GB, but also the people back home to kind of go into another gear and say, look, we've been through a tough time, and there's a lot of complaining and a lot of excuses and a lot of just negative things. You know, we see it all the time, but you've got to switch your mindset, and you know, that's exactly what we had to do today.
Adam, slightly different question. So we've seen one of the great races just a short time ago with Ledecky and Titmus. Now I know, so you're in amongst the jubilation of your own success. Did it register at all what had happened there? And if it did, give us a bit of a sense of whether or not sent a bit of a ripple through the pool just when you know, when the champ had fallen in that 400.
I saw that race. I literally was in the mix zone when I saw it, and it was very, very close. And you know, you know, I'm pretty sure Ledecky would be going back to that race, what could I have done? And Titmus might have been, what could I have done to get a world record? But it's not about that, it's about the moment, living in the moment. And what is done, you know? And it's a great race to watch. That's, you know, that's the beauty of sport, that on any given day, anything can happen. And that's why I do it, you know? And that's why I turned up to Rio in 2016 and goes, look, I'm just going to see what I've got here. And then I came in here, and, you know, a bit of a different mindset, but you know, that's sport, and I'm glad that kind of investment's paid off.
Hi Adam, congratulations. I was wondering if you could just talk about how different this experience is to Rio, not only just the games itself, but also where you are in your life. Obviously you mentioned becoming a father and coming into these games as a defending champion, just the differences between the two games basically.
Pretty much night and day. Going into 2016, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's different because you have no fear. You've got nothing to lose. You just got everything to prove, which is a very easy place to be in. And then going to these games, we said no crowds. Okay, I'm a crowd swimmer. I love the crowd. I love the arena. I was born for the arena. And then we got up to 50% capacity. I was like, yes, at least we got something. We got people in there. And then, the final 2 weeks, they took him away again. So that's COVID, and that's been the world in the last 18 months. It's been like, whoop, 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 whoop. So it's really about how you balance that energy. And going into this games, yes, very, very different, very different. I obviously had, that race was mine to lose, right? Everyone knew it. I was trying not to think it, but I was trying to be as free as I can in those moments. And being a father now, my priorities have changed. I know these guys are going to be racing ISL in a few weeks' time. I probably won't be, because the amount of effort that my partner and my boy doesn't know it, but the amount of time that has been taken away from me, I want to make that time up. And these are moments we'll never get back. So I'm going to enjoy it, recover, because I know I've got 3 championships next year, Europeans, Worlds, Commonwealth Games, and potentially more as well. So I'm going to need all the energy I've got, but also the amount of downtime that I'll need after this, once I've done all the relays as well.
A question for Adam. Congratulations for your gold. A question about Nicolaj. What do you think about him, and what about his growth in the last year? Thank you.
It's great. It's great to see young talent. He's a good-looking lad as well, so he'll do well. No, it's great. It's great to obviously have new up-and-comers come through. I've been watching Nicolaj for a while, ever since he's been breaking his world junior records. He's a great talent, a great sprinter, a force to be reckoned with, and that's why I love what I love about sport, because you'll get every so now and then, and the same with Arnie, you'll get people who will challenge. And you saw it with Cameron van der Berg when I was racing. I remember seeing an article that he got a little bit century. He wasn't very motivated until I started popping those times, and that's where I am now. I'm more motivated now. I've got a kind of a purpose instead of dropping 57 or 56. I just love the race. I love to. I'm probably the biggest competitor, and obviously having someone like Young and so talented, and I know that he races with his heart, and that's what matters.
Hi, Adam. We often talk about you, or people say that you're invincible. Do you feel invincible?
No. No one's invincible. Everyone can be beaten, and I'm a firm believer in that. If I didn't believe in that, I wouldn't have had the world record. And it's just really about setting no limits. But at the end of the day, it's the preparation, the mental state of how you are in that final 15 minutes into that race. And it can go either way. Today could have gone either way. It's a morning final, and you've seen it this morning. It's such a close race between Ledecky and Titmus that it could have gone either way. And yeah, everyone's beatable. Everyone's beatable. No one's invincible. It's really who wants it more, and who has invested more into those races.
Adam, congratulations. Given the emotional investment of today's swim, how difficult is it to reset for the relays coming up?
Not difficult at all. I love doing the relays. Yes, I'm going to probably have 24 hours just to settle my mind, and ring back home. I've still not rung home, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. But yeah, I mean, relays are relays. It's all about how do I find that optimal state now, because I've probably got to do the heats, and then do the finals, and then see where we're at. I think, again, I want to enjoy this present. I've spent my whole life looking at this moment. I want to enjoy this moment, take it all in, and see what we've got in those relays over the next few days.
Did the relays change the dynamic for you, sharing an experience? Does that make it something very different?
Yeah, it's a very powerful thing. I think if you're racing with the teammates that you've been racing with for a long time, for example, James Guy, he's been on the team with me now on the team with him because he was on it first, for nearly 10 years. And I think that's one of our biggest strengths. We've got heritage, we've got unity, but also a brotherhood. And if you've got a team that have been there for each other, and we've had the same team now for, give or take 6 or 7 years, we've had some new people in, it's a very strong team and a very strong bond, and we're going to give absolutely everything on those relays.
Just to follow up on the relays, you've obviously got the mixed relay as well. Could you feasibly come away with 3 gold medals from this Olympics?
Oh, bloody hell, it's only been like 2 hours from the first one. I mean, I'm going to obviously try to give my best individual performance for obviously a greater team outcome. But it's really down to what Kathleen does, what I do, and then whoever's swimming those other 2 legs. I don't even know what the team is, to be fair, right now, because it's always changing. But yeah, never say never. If there's one thing that I've had over these last 18 months that has not been taken away from me, it's belief. So as long as we carry on that, we're all good.
Last question.
Hi, Adam. A question from Germany. You talked about being father. Seen from Germany, you are an athlete who reflects things, who has a clear opinion about his sports. Is it maybe kind of being the good old father of swimming? Is that the role that could fit you?
Yeah, as long as people don't think I'm slow, I guess. We always make about dads doing sport. But yeah, I mean, well, I do. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. And, I said in the mix zone earlier that there's been a lot of moments. I remember those first 3 weeks that he was born, my bags under my eyes were like this. And normally I go to races like, I can't wait to race. I was going to race to get some sleep. So, that was catching up on my sleep and adapting to that. But being a dad, yeah, of course, is a different dynamic, and hopefully, you know, one day these two lads may be dads and fathers, and can hopefully continue sport if they choose to do it. But it's the most powerful, but most almost like kind of it gives a different perspective to sport. Before, sport was absolute everything, the 100%. But now it's not. You know, I know that if I have a bad training set, I go home and he knows no different. He can still smile at me. He can still scream his head off. It makes no difference. But yeah, it's a nice, obviously a nice role to finally understand what it's like to be a parent, because every parent goes, it's hard, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, and it's hard. So yeah, big kudos to all the parents out there holding it down.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Arigato gozaimasu.
The next press conference will be the women's 400 freestyle.
Say again? 400?